Picture a 15-year-old sitting at a restaurant with their family for their birthday dinner. Everyone is laughing, celebrating, anticipating the fun night ahead. The server brings the menus and everyone starts talking about what to order: the egg rolls, a sandwich, or maybe a pasta dish. But suddenly, this 15-year-old starts crying. And not tears of joy, but tears of guilt and frustration because now they have to pick something to eat. And not just anything, but the lowest calorie item from the menu. Even though they want to enjoy their birthday dinner in peace with the rest of their family, their brain is just not letting them. Well, that 15-year-old was me. And if you had seen me earlier that day, you probably wouldn't have noticed that anything was wrong. That's the problem. You must be asking yourself, what problem? The problem is that I had anorexia nervosa, one of the most common forms of eating disorders. It all started in 8th grade. I looked in the mirror and saw someone I couldn't recognize. But eating disorders don't care about reality. In fact, they distort it. That summer, I became the best mathematician. I calculated everything: the amount of calories I allowed myself to eat each day, and the amount of calories I spent burning during 3 hours at the gym every single day. So, 2 egg whites are 35 calories, and 1 piece of toast is 120 calories. Oh, well, I'm gonna want some ketchup, so that's like an extra 10 calories. Okay, so now it's dinner time. I think I'm gonna pick this salad, so that's 300 calories. Okay, so far in the day, if I've spent 465 calories, I'll do like 2 productive hours at the gym, and that'll definitely put me in a deficit. I curated the most extreme formula possible because that's what I thought I needed to do to see results fast. But I couldn't stop. Through freshman and sophomore year of high school, my reflection never changed in my eyes, and I still hated what I saw. Meanwhile, my heart started developing an irregular rhythm, my skin was turning pale, draining of color, and I felt weaker than I'd ever been before. And almost nobody noticed. Only my parents somewhat saw the truth, but even they struggled to understand what was truly going on inside my mind. On my 15th birthday, sitting inside that restaurant, staring at that menu, I broke down. I wanted so desperately to be normal, to just enjoy dinner like everyone else at that table, but my brain would not stop guilt tripping me. Because here's what people don't understand: it's not about the food, it's about the fear. For me, it was the fear of losing control. I was in such a high stress and high anxiety environment. I felt like I had no control over my time, my energy, my life. And counting calories, controlling everything I ate, and how much I worked out, it all became things that I could control. This eating disorder became my coping mechanism in a world that felt completely chaotic. Looking back now, I see all the moments I lost. All the birthday celebrations that were overshadowed because of my calorie counting, all the social events I avoided, and all that time and energy that I could have spent on friendships and on learning who I was beyond the scale. High school should have been about exploring the world, but instead, I spent the beginning part of it at war with myself. But there was a turning point. I mean, I saw what this was doing to me physically: the irregular heartbeat, the weakness, the life practically draining out of me, and I realized something. The first person who can help us is ourselves, because we are genuinely the only ones who can actually change something. We have to become our own biggest supporters before anyone else can truly help us. But the truth is that is one of the hardest things to do. I mean, it's now been about 700 days since I had that realization in sophomore year, and it's still something I have to make a conscious effort to do every day. And there's something else that's important to know. There are many different types of eating disorders, and not all of them will look like the one that I just described. They can all manifest differently, and you can't always tell just by looking at someone because eating disorders do not discriminate. And as of today, It's still unclear what exactly causes eating disorders. Now, I know this because for some time I've been working as an intern at an eating disorder research lab at Stanford where we study risk factors for anorexia nervosa using fMRI brain imaging. And because I have this research experience, you'd think that I'd always know what to look for, right? Well, even when you think you know all the signs, you can still miss it. My own best friend was also struggling with an eating disorder. And even though I was going through my own battle at the time, even though I thought I knew all the signs, I completely failed to see what she was going through. It wasn't until I saw her in the hospital that the reality hit me. If someone like me could miss the signs in my own best friend, then how many other people are we missing? So, why am I telling you this? Because right now, someone in this room could know exactly what I'm talking about. This isn't a super rare occurrence. Every 52 minutes, somebody dies from an eating disorder, and most of the time, you won't see it coming. Your classmate who is a straight A student, a dedicated athlete, or the friendliest face in the hallway could be struggling with something that is potentially deadly. It's not about the food, it's about the fear. The fear of not being enough, the fear of being seen, the fear of taking up space in the world. But we have more power than we think to help. So here's what I need us to remember: 4 things that can help us face that fear and save your or someone else's life. FEAR. F. Face your emotions. I know it's hard to sit with stress, anxiety, and sadness without using control as a defense. But those emotions, they're not going to destroy us. Running from them will. E. Express what we're going through. Instead of keeping it a secret, break that silence and tell just one person, whether that be a friend, a therapist, or a family member. We don't have to go through it by ourselves. Saying the word, "I need help," are the hardest to say, but they're also the most powerful. A. Accept support. Now, honestly, this is the part that was the hardest for me. I wanted to go through it all by myself because accepting help, it felt like defeat. But the truth is that accepting help is the bravest thing we can do. If someone offers support, then take it. If your body tells you it needs fuel, then listen. This is a battle that requires collaboration and it can't be fought alone. R. Reach out for resources. Recovery requires more than just willpower, it requires community. Organizations like the National Eating Disorder Association have many community support groups. And if you want to channel your community through advocacy, that can be great too. I started delivering eating disorder prevention workshops at local middle schools, and I probably learned just as much as they did through the process. And parents, if you're here, please listen to what your kids are telling you, especially with their behavior. Even one comment about diets or bodies at the dinner table could plant a seed that could grow into something potentially devastating. And if you're the one struggling right now, or if you heard your own story and mine, I need you to know something. It's not about the food, it's about the fear. And that fear is lying to you. You deserve to enjoy food without guilt. You deserve to live life without being at war with your own body, and you deserve to enjoy your birthday dinner. I told you my story not for sympathy, but to break the silence that surrounds eating disorders, because silence is what allows them to grow. So I'm asking you, don't be silent anymore. Don't look away and assume someone else will help. Because right now, somewhere, there's a 15-year-old sitting at a restaurant trying not to cry over a menu. A friend in your math class or anyone else you know and care about could be going through a battle that you can't see. Maybe that person is you. It's not about the food, it's about the fear. And the beautiful thing about fear, it loses its power the moment we stop facing it alone. So reach out, speak up, and be there. Because we have the power to face our fears, and that might just save someone's life.